life arose spontaneously on the Earth, so it must be possible for life to appear on other suitable planets, of which there seem to be a large number in the galaxy. But we don't know how life first appeared. We have two pieces of observational evidence on the probability of life appearing. The first is that we have fossils of algae from 3.5 billion years ago. The Earth was formed 4.6 billion years ago, and was probably too hot for about the first half billion years. So life appeared on Earth within half a billion years of it being possible, which is short compared to the 10 billion year lifetime of the planet of Earth type. This suggests that the probability of life appearing is reasonably high. If it was very low, one would have expected it to take most of the 10 billion years available.
Greetings, citizens of Tetris. It is your old pal, Van Dweller, back with more stupid Tetris Monthly No Next Box Edition. July 2025. We are getting very near the end of this whole thing. Let us take a look at our top 8 situation so you can see just where we're at. We already have semifinalists determined. In the orange bracket, that's going to be Dog Playing Tetris, your current official world record holder. We've already got someone in the green bracket. That's Jerpy, your former world record holder. We've already got someone in the red bracket, and that is Dylan, who is not the world record holder, but is like one of the fastest tappers ever. And so that is exciting. And what we've got left is the blue bracket. We've already made some progress in the top 16 of this blue bracket. You can see that Gerald Freeman is actually into the top 8 already out of the purple side of the blue bracket. And Chroma is out. Gerald defeated Chroma in, well, what was kind of a slog, kind of a marathon. We ended up playing like the entire purple run kind of in one fell swoop here. Chroma defeated Draco, and then Chroma defeated Rorschach, and then Chroma lost to Gerald Freeman. So this was a very long day for Chroma, but we did the whole purple bracket in one thing. So yeah, rough day for Chroma to have to play so much no next box only to come up short versus Gerald Freeman. But Gerald Freeman is now waiting in the top 8 for the winner of the top 16 match between Bluescuti and Shadow Knight. So we're going to do Bluescuti versus Shadow Knight, and then the winner will go to the top the top 8 to face Gerald Freeman, and the winner of that will be our final semi-finalist. That's what we've got for you right now. Now, 2.5 hours from now, we've also got a Tap Masters bracket, and that is a top 16 bracket. Look at the top right-hand corner of this. That's going to be Dylan versus Klein. That's going to be the second match, even though it's on top. We're going to do the second match first, and that is going to be Oscar versus Joseph Saley. So Oscar versus Joseph, and then Dylan versus Klein, and then the two winners face off against one another to determine a semi-finalist, right? So who do we have already in the semifinals of that? Just to give you a peek, we've got one player, and that is Alex T. So we're making a lot more progress in the stupid side rather than the tap side, but we're gonna get there. But anyway, the real thing to worry about right now is this other top 8 STM no next box. Scooty versus Shadow, winner versus Gerald. That is the semi-finalist who will be taking on Dog Playing Tetris in the thing. All right, let's take a look at our rules, players, so you know what we're even doing here. And what we are doing here is playing a 32-player single elimination flat bracket tournament based on the 1989 version of Tetris released by Nintendo for the Nintendo Entertainment System on NTSC consoles. Players can play on emulator or console so long as there's no big buttons or turbo functions used, whether electronical or mechanical. Biological turbo only. We will be starting on level 9 for every single game. Players, your next piece preview should be off. The best way to effectuate that is to play a garbage game before the tournament matches begin. And during that garbage game, turn off your next piece preview and then let your board naturally top out. If you do the BA select start to quick quit out of the game, it will turn your next box back on. We don't want that, right? So just remember to naturally top out. And remember, don't hold the A button when you hit start for level 9. You're not starting on level 19. You're starting on level 9, okay? And remember, we are also not using same piece sets, right? So you know the reason. And if someone doesn't know the reason, I've explained it too many times. Someone in chat will tell you. Okay, these are best of 5, so the first player to 3 wins is the winner of the match. Players don't receive any in-game advice and do not pause unless the commentator tells you to. If you do experience internet or OBS issues, just keep playing. Don't pause and ask what you should do next. Just keep playing. Assume your game is going to count until you hear otherwise from me, and I will try to tell you verbally and also in the chat. So await further instructions if you do experience that, but assume that your game counts until you hear otherwise, okay? And the winner of this whole stupid thing gets absolutely something, and that is a share in a prize pool, which stands right now at $1,132.33. We have reached our $1,000 rather ambitious top 8 goal. I'm kind of surprised we got there, to be honest, but thank you to some big contributors for Stupid Tetris Monthly. We will be paying the top 8. And we're not done. If you want to contribute to this, you can. It is a 100% fan-funded prize pool. We don't have any sponsors. I'm not some rich benefactor, just doling out Tetris prize money because I can. No, I'm very poor. So use the Matcherino command while we're watching live on Twitch or YouTube. That'll bring up some links. The one that says STM or NNB or no Nextbox or whatever, that is the correct link. Click on that. It'll take you to the landing page for this tournament with our prize pool partner, Matcherino. The top right-hand corner of the screen has a button that says log in. Click on that button to log in. You can log in with your existing Twitch or YouTube account. You don't have to make a new account. Isn't that nice? And then once you have logged in and you'll see a mustard-colored button that says contribute. Click on that button to open up the whole thing where you contribute, and hopefully you're internet savvy enough to figure out how to go from there. If you're watching after the fact, you can go to go.ctm.gg/prize to bring up that page. So that is how to support the players. To support the channel, yeah, we need support. We can't exist without your support. There's a lot of different ways to do it. If you're watching live on YouTube, you can use super chats and stickers. You can get a channel membership. You can gift a channel membership. You can gift multiple channel memberships. And what else can you do? I don't know. You could. I think that's what you can do. Also, actually, in the comments, I think you can actually do a super chat or a super comment. So I think that's a thing as well. So consider doing that. On Twitch, you've got bits, you've got subscriptions, you've got gift subscriptions, you've got multiple gift subscriptions. You can gigantify an emote. You can use your Amazon Prime, Twitch Prime Gaming subscription. A lot of things you can do over there. And if you want more ways to support us, use the support command, !support. And one other way to do that is to go to patreon.com/monthlytetris. This is what allows you to make an ongoing pledge of support on a monthly or annual basis. That helps give us a little predictability as to what's coming in and to say, okay, we can look ahead into the future and keep doing this, or no, we got to close up shop. There's not enough coming in, and I'm going to have to go work at HEB. I like HEB, but I don't necessarily want to work there. I'd rather do this for you. So anyway, thanks to everybody on this slide for contributing via Patreon. Big shouts to Scott, Gray, Jane, The Window, K9, Tacky, Corporal, Shal, Troy, Dan, Kim M, Rogue Potato, Cat Kit, Mila, and Jason. Okay, that is all the stuff. So let me go over here. We'll see what we got going. Oh, I don't think Bluescuti. Where is Bluescuti gonna? Yeah, you should. This is your alt, right? I'm on your alt. Am I not? I think I am. Blue_Scooty is the alt, right? I probably just gotta refresh it. Do. All right, Bluescuti is here. Front Row Sports repping Shadow, representing the backwards long bar. So they got two players repping their favorite places to go. Front Row Sports. I don't know what is Front Row Sports? What even is that? All right, we got French fries. What are those fries? Oh no, those are cinnamon twisties. Bro's got cinnamon twisties in the corner of his thing. What the heck? Very nice. All right, players, make sure to naturally top out. Playing no next box after Taco Bell going to be hard. Very possibly. Quite possibly. All right, players, remember there is no next box here, so I'm sorry, no same piece sets here and no next box, so don't rage quit out of a game. Make sure that you top out naturally. Shadow, did you top out naturally? Uncle's t-shirt printing and sports shop equals front row sports. Oh, got you. Oh, I should get some shirts made. How about that? All right, I'm sure Shadow topped out naturally, but I felt like it was, I don't know, I feel like it was quick, but that's okay. We're gonna assume it's okay. Shadow very experienced now, so I'm gonna assume it's good. And no same piece sets, remember, players. Oh my God, what is that? Just a cheesy roll up. Don't, Scooty, do not even mess with me. All right, thank you. No extra images, no heartbeat monitors, no Taco Bell menu items, nothing. All right, good natural top out for Bluescuti. Beautiful. Players, as soon as you're ready, we can go ahead and start this top 16 matchup. All right, so yeah, you can hit the select button on this screen to go ready. That is no problem. If you do go back to the root menu of Gym, though, it does reset the next box, so just keep that in mind. This is not same piece sets. No SPS. How would you even do that? Because, all right, you turn the next box off, you turn on, and then you go to SPS, you get back to the original menu, and then, yeah, I don't know how you do that. Okay, anyway. All right, looks like both players are ready. They're both sitting on Tetris. It is the top 16 classic Tetris, stupid Tetris monthly. No next box, the top 16 Bluescuti versus Shadow in 3. Hold on. There it is. In 3, 2, 1. Takes a little time for my countdown button to warm up. Tuki, thank you for the raid party of 7. Okay. We are underway and we're feeling good. On the left side of your screen, Bluescuti. Bluescuti qualified into this tournament into seed number 4 with a 442,000 average of his best 2 games played in a 1-hour qualifying period. Can you believe playing 1 hour of no next box? I mean, for goodness sake. Just wait till we make you guys play an hour of secret grade or no rotation. You're just going to quit Tetris. Anyway, Bluescuti from the United States of America with an overall PB of 18.2 million. I think that's second on the PB list. Coming into this tournament, he was ranked number 2 in the Premier poll, which is a poll of Tetris players. Tetris. It's a poll of Tetris broadcasters, of journalists, and organizers to rank on a monthly basis the best Tetris players overall. Scooty was second coming into this tournament and 13th on the DAS list for that. Scooty, a 6-time CTM Masters event winner. He's played in Mega Masters 3 times, finishing in the semis twice. He's the winner of our last, well, maybe, let's say most recent Lone Star Championship. He's a 3-time CTWC Gold bracket player, finishing in the semis twice there, including this year, and was second in the Jonas Cup of CTWC. That's their North American DAS Championship. Also the winner back-to-back of the Kansas City Regional in 2023 and 2024. And he set up a qualifier in his hometown library just so he could have an easy win in Stillwater in 2024. Also the first player to crash the game, first player to get a perfect level 19 max, and on and on and on and on and on and on. A lot of things about Bluescuti. Bluescuti 49,000, 13,000 for Shadow. Shqdw qualified into seed number 13 with a 373,000 average of his best 2 games played in a 1-hour qualifying period. He's wearing a CTM shirt. It's backwards because I had to reverse the cams, but that is a CTM long bar shirt. Looking good. Shqdw defeated, Shqdw had a first round bye in virtue of his top 16 seeding. Everyone 16 and higher gets at least a 1-round bye, and the top 8 get a 2-round bye. So Shqdw got a 1-round bye and then defeated Lucas in round 2 to make it to this round 3, which is the round of 16. Shqdw with a 1.44 million overall PB. That's a top 80 score on the leaderboard last I checked. Shqdw played in Mega Masters for the first time this year. Also the winner of a community tier 1 in May of 2023 and a tier 3 in March of 2024. Played in CTWC gold bracket, I believe, for the first time this year, and also played in the silver bracket in 2023. And you've seen Shqdw at regionals in Boston and Philadelphia. 78,000 for Bluescuti, 44,000 for Shqdw. Now, this is a no next box tournament, so the players cannot see the next piece. So if you're wondering why are they starting on level 9, well, they're starting on level 9 because it is very, very hard to play without the next box. If you tried to play on the normal speed for professional level competitive Tetris level 18, it would be a farce. It would not be a test of skill. I mean, there would be some skill involved, but it would be very random, chaotic, and hectic, which sounds fun in its own right. It would not be a genuine test of skill befitting a tournament called Stupid Tetris Monthly. 104 for Bluescuti, 69,000 for Shqdw. So we do start on level 9, and then there is a transition. The first speed transition happens at level 10. That's 100 lines in. And the speed will increase by, 20%. There's a Tetris down the middle for Bluescuti, 117. A Tetris on this level is worth 12,000 points. And when the levels start to increase, those Tetrises will increase in value by 1,200 points every level increase. And you know the levels increase because the colors will change. 118 for Bluescuti, 94,000 for Shqdw. You see Shqdw is, there's a Tetris Shqdw. You see Shqdw's ones digit in his score incrementing, and that indicates that he is pushing down. Bluescuti's ones digit in his score not incrementing, so he is not pushing down. And of course, this has led Shqdw to be ahead in lines. So Shqdw, if this keeps up, would hit that level 10 transition first. Now for the player that is behind, behind in lines, that can be an advantage in some ways, because you get to know what, if your opponent tops out, you get to know that, kind of earlier before the ultimate fastest screen, and you can sort of plan for that. On the other hand, it's also kind of difficult to chase down a player who is topped out, so there's some psychology and it's just kind of difficult to do. 134 for Bluescuti, 143 for Shqdw. Chen is here, Mino Floof, welcome. Burbia, Summer B, Threes Twos, Tuki with the raid, Kafka's cat, Gerald Freeman in the chat. He'll be playing the winner of this. We're trying to scout his next opponent. Ben Squirrely gifted, Ben Squirrely has a gift sub from Tacknerus entering month number 4. So thank you, Tacknerus and Ben Squirrely. Also, thank you, Wheels McCoy, for the tier 1 sub, 11 months, and overnight Speed 7 Slow with a prime sub. Appreciate that. Shqdw under 10 lines to go until that level 10 speed increase. And let's see, if we're doing miles per hour, right now we're going 30 miles an hour. Soon, that's going to ratchet up to 36 miles an hour. 170 for Shqdw. See what Shqdw's going to do here. We're kind of waiting on a bar, and that Z piece is like the exact opposite of every piece he could have really used. And now he's into level 10 with a bit of a janky board here. That T is going to help a lot just to bring this down a couple of rows. The name of the game in No Next Box is keeping that stack clean and low and avoiding dividing your stack into like a left and right half like Shqdw has done here. Because now you can see that Shqdw is forced to make very quick decisions on these pieces. And that is going to be a top out for Shqdw, 172. So the chase down target for Bluescuti is 173,000. That would assure him the victory. 173 is the target. He's one burn away here from going into level 10. And you can see the speed ratcheting up a little bit. So Tetris is on level 10, worth 13,200. And now they're worth 14,400. So Scooty just 6,000 and change away. And he's got a good low board. He's going to try to get set up for that Tetris. That long bar for the middle is great. And he would love one more. Board a little jaggedy here, but a great L piece. And yeah, he can afford to take some burns here. And in fact, a triple will probably finish this. But he's set up for the Tetris, so he's waiting out a well-timed bar. And the game making him wait. Okay, at least he got some burns here so he can stay alive. And yeah, this is a genuine drought for Scooty. Double set, is going to do that. He could take one more double. There's the double, and that is going to do it. So he doesn't end up... Oh, he finally gets that Tetris after he needs it. But Bluescuti going to take game number 1 in a chase down. Show the fries and nuggies, Vandy, I dare you. Well, that's not fries and nuggies. Those are, I mean, they're fried and they're kind of nuggets, but those are cinnamon twists and some sort of donut. So there they are. All right, players, they appear to be ready in game number 2. Let us go ahead and get them started. Bluescuti is up 1-0. Shqdw looking to win this one to tie it up. Really, you'd love being tied at a game apiece rather than being down 2-0. Huge swing in game 2. Yeah, I don't know what kind of little donutty dough puffs those are, but they look like they're covered in cinnamon or something. And I'm okay with it. All right, Tetris for Scooty. That's his first one. Shqdw also has a Tetris and trying to find something to tuck here. A J piece. I know he's going to skim it away with the T and get a J piece anyway. So all that did is kind of give him one burn, and he still needed a J piece. All right, Shqdw set up again, 24,000. Scooty on 24,000 as well. There's a Tetris Scooty. So players are not getting the same pieces in this tournament. We want to make it a true no next box with literally no information about upcoming pieces. So if the players got same pieces, they might be able to sort of glean either from commentary or from just peeking what some of the next pieces might be if they are, especially here where, Shqdw pushing down and Scooty not. If they had same piece sets, Scooty might be able to discern, commentators mentioning a drought. Commentator mentioned 2 pieces in a row for Tetrises, so I can expect 2 pieces in a row, right? So there's information you can glean from the commentators, information you can glean from peeking at the opponent's board. All right, Scooty in need of a JP. He's going to get an L. Needs a J for that middle. That Z will help. knock it down. And now he's Tetris ready again. 52,000 Scooty, 74,000 Shadow. Winner of this plays Gerald Freeman, who has sort of the unofficial world record in that it was unrecorded. There's no way to verify it, but I take him at his word, but on the other hand, still unofficial. Now, 65,000 for Bluescuti. Zoltan is here. Our next box tournament, we're going to be opening qualifying for that soon. That is going to be a no bars tournament. So players will play Tetris matches just like they normally do, but it's going to be no long bars whatsoever. So we're just taking away the most important things for, playing Tetris comfortably. This month, we're taking away the next box. Next time, it's going to be long bars. Zoltan wants to know when no row STM is going to be. Well, we got to give people notice for some of these modes, so I probably should come up with a plan. Certainly no row and secret grade. Players need to learn how to do that and practice it. So I probably should make some decisions on that soon. Oh, the next box. I mean, the next Stupid Tetris monthly tournament. Sorry. The next Stupid Tetris monthly tournament will be a no bars tournament. 114 Bluescuti, 148 for Shadow. Why don't you make people vote on the modes in Discord? Well, I can't make people do anything because we live in, a free society, or at least most of us do. So I can't make anyone. But if you're asking why don't I have people vote? Because I don't run my things by vote. I go by judgment. I get input. Definitely get input from people. I might take a poll once in a while just to get some input, but just like I did in the Stupid Tetris Monthly channel in Discord, I did ask, hey, what kind of modes would you like to see? So I kind of did that already, but that's input. I don't live my life by taking a binding vote, okay? And neither should you. 164 for Shadow, 150 for Bluescuti. Tetris for Scooty, 162, 164 for Shadow. All right, so Shadow, okay, that's going to be a good J for Shadow. Uncovers that right side. And long bar over Tetris Shadow. So as long as you stay, keep that stack, below 6, 7, 8, 9 rows high, especially in the middle, you've got some, you've got some time to make a little bit of a decision there, but you can see pieces are dropping, after they enter, they're dropping like 5, 6, 7 rows before the player kind of recognizes and chooses a spot for it most of the time. And much higher than that, and the players just have to guess. You can't, they have to say, well, I know the piece has got to move somewhere, so I'm just going to move it, to the left or right, just guessing, and go from there. And so a lot of what you're trying to do here is trying to keep that stack low enough where you don't have to guess. Tetris Shadow 204, 192 for Scooty. His left side is built way up. All right, he's got some burns here. All right, that T goes. He's still got. Now he needs an L piece, and now. All right, he's making progress. Shadow one line away from level 10. And anything over 200K at level 10 is a decent transition. Over 220 is really good, and 230, 240 is excellent. So an excellent transition here for Shqdw into level 10. Tetris Shqdw 244. Now, I don't necessarily know what everybody's no next box PB is, because, like, why why would anyone play this, you know, long enough to get a PB? But Shqdw's qualifier of 373 was 2 scores. It was a 417 on top and a 330 on the bottom. So a 417 would beat Shqdw's top qualifying score. Tetris for Scooty 236. There's a Tetris Shqdw into level 11. Now it's going to stay the same speed until level 13, 130 lines. Then that speed is going to increase again by 25%. And you feel it. You know, you play this with normal, you know, kind of with a next box and a normal game, whatever. You think, oh, this is slow, I can handle this. But play with no next box, and it is fast. All right, Scooty with a nice double to bring this down. Tetris for Shqdw 280. Joseph Saley in the chat. Joseph will be playing in Tapmasters later this evening. Tetris Shqdw 296. All right, Scooty going to take a nice, easy triple down that right side board. We're starting to get high, and it's pretty smart not to push it. Of course, there's only so much room. So now Shqdw into level 13. You see that speed increase, and, you know, it is a bit jarring. So 315 for Shqdw. Scooty with a Tetris 2 lines away from 13. And Shqdw maybe selling out a little bit for the bar, but gets it. He's long bar dependent, column 3. Gonna plug it. All right, so Scooty into 13 at 290. Tetris Scooty 308, Shqdw 335. The next speed increases at 160 lines. That's level 16, and that is the same speed as the professional Tetris player starting level of 18. Tetris for Bluescuti 326, 339 for Shqdw. Curdy Gamer with the 5 viewer raid. Thank you very much. 328 Bluescuti 344 Shqdw. So Scooty now in the lead. Shqdw going to take it back, 364, but he's into level 16. He's got a good low board now. You really got to keep this low. You can still eke out Tetrises here, but you can't overbuild or overcommit, and you really got to take the stack down pretty much every opportunity you can if it's not going to be a Tetris. So 370 for Shqdw. Scooty gets set up for a Tetris. He's 6 lines away from 16. Shqdw ahead by 20,000 points. Long bar over Tetris for Scooty, 373. They're just like 1,000 points apart. They're both on this speed. Scooty fails to take a double here. He's going to just kind of go keep it open for the Tetris, and now he does have to knock it back down. Shqdw is trying to get set up. Shqdw is set up. Shqdw kind of selling out here for a Tetris. Oh no, he's going to block off that left side, and that is going to be a top out for Shqdw on level 17. Scooty going to get a Tetris. Didn't need it, but he got it anyway. So Scooty is good in game number 2. You can mullen it out if you want to. GG Shqdw. That was a good game. There's a Tetris Scooty. I don't know what Scooty's PB in this, but his qualifiers we're 448 and 436. There's a Tetris for Scooty on 18, 451. Level 19, virtually unsurvivable. Certainly you're not going to Tetris on it. Now, it remains to be seen how long someone can line out. And Scooty just going for it. Yeah, because he knows that's coming and he's not going to be able to get anything else. There's a Tetris over Scooty. I don't know if he can build up for anything else here. This is so hard. Piling S's to the right. Oh my goodness, there's a double 483. So Scooty has surpassed his highest qualifying score of 448. He's at 486. I don't know if he's at a 500 so far, but he's keeping it low. It's what you got to do. Oh, there's a nice double 491 going for that 500K, which is so hard to get. And Scooty into level 20 at 491. That is more than good enough. So GG's Scooty. Tetris says, hi, I just woke up. Is that smoothie real? Yeah, there is a ketchup smoothie. That is that Smoothie Cafe or Smoothie King or whatever the heck it is. Have we seen a 500K yet in this tournament? Oh my God, that's a good question. Yeah, I think we did, didn't we? Oh, we did. All right, well, Scooty, I'm tempted to get it. If I had a car right now and wasn't taking micro mobility as my only transportation and stealing Sue's car, then I would go get one and try it for you. But oh yes, Fractal got a 5. That's right, Fractal had a 500K. That's right. You're right. All right, looks like both players are ready. It is game number 3. Shqdw needs to win this one to stay in. Let's go. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Yeah, Fractal's warm-up game was a 500K. It wasn't in the tournament, though. Right? It was in a warm-up game. Yeah, Tetris, if you're going to cultivate a reputation that depends heavily on catch-up, you probably have to be in the vanguard of trying new ketchup-oriented products. I think that's just an obligation of the way you've set your life up. Tetris for Shqdw, 12,000. 12,000 for Scooty. So Shqdw needs to win this one to stay in. And of course would have to win 3 in a row, but of course you can only win 1 game at a time. Tacky has given you some ketchup popcorn seasoning from Canada, which sounds great, but do you eat popcorn? I wouldn't be surprised if you didn't. You love popcorn, all right. That tracks, I think. All right, Shqdw up kind of high though. Has some burns available. That's not so bad. If you can keep yourself a nice burn chamber on that right side, you can build, high for a time. But just don't run out of burns. Tetris column 4 for Bluescuti, 31,000, 40,000 for Shqdw. All right, decent stacks for both these players. Flat, though, starting to climb both. Tetris, Scooty, Skim for Shqdw. And they are 8 points apart. That left side for Shqdw is kind of a problem because now he doesn't have any burns. He kind of needs to get a recognition of a bar very quickly. There is a bar on the left for a triple, and there's one down for a Tetris. So there you go. It's going to work for Shqdw. Tetris Scooty, 81,000. 73 for Shqdw. Good little skim there for Shqdw. Now we set up. And Tetris for Shqdw. Tetris Scooty, 106, 111 for Shqdw. So Shqdw ahead by 13 lines, up by 17,000 points. Tetris is again worth 12,000. So they are close in score, 7 lines apart. Shqdw with a little bit of spire here. You don't love to see it. All right, he's going to chuck that square over to the left. And so he's digging, but it's low. 139 Shqdw. This is going to allow Bluescuti take a score lead. Man, this is turning into a bit of a lengthy dig for Shqdw. And you can see he's got what, like 8 rows of garbage over the right side well. So you could really use a bar pretty soon. Could really use one right now for a Tetris, and there, wow, look at that. Gets the Tetris. Oh, look, sets up a triple, gambling a bit, and gets a long bar for that triple. And now he is all clean. 170 for Shqdw, 172 for Bluescuti. So yeah, super gambly, but it works. Scooty now 26,000 points ahead over 2 Tetris, is back by 8 lines. Shqdw about to transition into level 10, and Will with that Tetris at 183. Phoenix Force says, what is happening? Why level 9? Because it is a no next box tournament. The players can't see the next piece. Scooty is actually set up for a dirty, would love a quick bar, gets one. Got to be good to be Scooty. Tetris Shqdw 212, 209 Bluescuti. Shadow into level 11. Scooty now on 10 at 223. It's a good transition for Scooty. Okay, Tetris. Scooty's going to take the Tetris rather than fix the stack. Already can chop this down, still keep that open. Oh, he kind of misflips that S piece, though. Okay, the bar goes in. That's a single, but get some important material on the board for Scooty. Shadow on level 12, 7 lines away from the next speed increase of level 13. All right, Shadow with a good board now. Tetris ready. Scooty uncovers the right side well. Shadow's board getting a little bit high, so he's going to chop it down with a double. And Tetris for Shadow, 260. All right, Scooty opts not to get Tetris ready here. He's going to really build out that left side and keep a burn chamber on that right. Now he's got an LJ on the left. Gets a long bar over to the right side, though. And he's going to use that bar to just fill in that LJ dependency. He's going to go with the S flat. I like it because that's just one burn here. And it also keeps the board from being jaggedy. Okay, Shadow level 13 now, 281. Scooty's into 13 at 289. So Shadow with a score lead. Scooty back by 12 lines, though. All right, Shadow getting Tetris ready. And Tetris for Shadow, 318. Scooty going to take a triple, chop this down. He's going to take another triple. He probably doesn't like it, but not bad here. Just stay alive. And, you know, a couple triples are not that bad. So 299 for Scooty, 320 for Shadow, but he is getting Spiry, and he's on 15, and he's 7 lines away from the 16 speed increase. And Scooty is like right on his heels, and Tetris ready. So Shadow's got to bring this down a little bit at least. Oh, last second adjustment. Kingsman with the sub on Twitch. Thank you, Kingsman. And Shadow into 16. You can see how fast that is. He's at 328. He is behind. He's got to find something, and he will not find it. And Bluescuti has done it. Scooty is good in game number 3, and he is going to take this match in a sweep. So GG's Shadow. You did well. You got yourself a 1-round bye. You got through Lucas. You got to play a game against a legendary player, and you certainly held your own. So GG's to you, Shadow. Hope to see you again in future events. It was a pleasure. Bluescuti, congratulations to you. You will be moving on. Yeah, your gift is that you get to, you have to keep playing. Shadow's gift is he never has to play this ever again. So let me go ahead and report the results of the match. We'll run a quick ad here. Scooty, if you need to take a break, you got time. Let me just run the ad here, and I'll get this all set up. In fact, we'll do this very quickly while but yeah, you can get up, take a break, to get a drink, whatever you got to do. So it's going to be, what, 4 and 5? Is that what we're doing? 4 and 5? So, all right. Hello, goodbye 13. Hello 5. There we go. Oh, wait, what? You got a no next box 1 single on 29. What the heck? No next box single on 29. Come on now. What are you doing? Where is my stupid thing? Oh, there it is. So 3-0 Shadow monthly Tetris. There it is. So we now have a fully filled out top 8, just so you can see how it all worked. And we are paying the top 8, so everybody on this screen is in the money. So congrats to all of you. And now it's going to be Bluescuti versus Gerald. Let me fix this whole thing up. I think probably got to refresh Gerald if he's streaming or not. I don't know. 5. There he is. All right, we'll fix his cam up. All right. And reverse the curse for Gerald. I think it's cooler if Gerald does not look at his pieces. So Gerald's so good, he does not need to look. Mari says, welcome back, Gerald, even though you've been back. All right, players, just give me a minute. I will be right back. Old man things. Okay, I am back, players. So if we would like to start wrapping up our warm-ups, then we can get the match underway. Shadow Knight says, Dog got the 19 no Nextbox world record today, 72,400. Nice. Kingsman is here. What's going on? All right. Well, looks like both of these players are ready, and I hope... Oh, wow. Bluescuti already won. All right, looks like both players are ready. I'm ready. You're ready. It is the top 8 of Stupid Tetris Monthly. No next box. Bluescuti out of the blue bracket. Gerald out of the purple bracket. Let us get them started and see who goes to the semifinals in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. 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 There it is. All right, good. Well, we got two pretty decent Tetris players playing a very stupid mode, probably beneath the dignity of both, but here they are nonetheless. On the left side of your screen, Bluescuti, seed number 4. He qualified in with a 442,000 average of his best 2 games played in a 1-hour qualifying period. Bluescuti got a 2-round bye, so got to start in the round of 16 and defeated Shadow Knights to get here to the top 8. Scooty has an overall PB of 18.2 million. That is second on the leaderboard, at least coming into this tournament. He was ranked the number 2. He was the number 2 highest rank, or the second highest ranked Tetris player. How do I put that? How does grammar work? I don't know. Anyway, there's a list, and he was number 2 on it heading into this tournament. That was the July one. I haven't checked the August one because it's not August for me yet. It's still July. July 37th. But he was ranked number 2 on the Premier Poll Open list. He's also ranked number 13 on the DAS list. You can go get the full rankings at premierpoll.com, Premier with an E at the end. He's a 6-time Masters event winner. That includes a win at Lone Star in 2024. He had a streak of 9 finals appearances in a row, and 10 if you include Lone Star. He's also won a Challenger circuit back in October of 2023. He was a 3-time CTWC Gold Bracket player, finishing in the top 4 2 times this year, and 2023 was number 2 in the Jonas Cup, CTWC's DAS championship last year. He's the first player to crash NES Tetris, first player to get a level 19 start max out. A lot of things to say about Bluescuti. Oh, and he's also the winner of the qualifier that he organized at his own hometown library. It seems sus, but it's real. But he also won the Kansas City one back-to-back in 2023 and 2024. So that's Bluescuti, 56,000 for him. Gerald on the right side qualified in with a 440,000 average of 2. Last I checked, had a 7.08 million overall PB. It's good for 9th coming into the month. Gerald up pretty high on this board right now, 25,000, 80,000 for Bluescuti. Gerald, with a great L piece. Chucking the bar to the left, chucking one to the right. All right, looks like Gerald is going to bring this down. He's just a couple pieces away. Oh, and the perfect S piece. So Gerald gets all the pieces he needs. He is going to survive a scare here. Long bar over Tetris for Gerald. 81,000 Scooty, 41 for Gerald. Gerald is a 2-time CTM Masters event winner. He's been in the finals of our monthlies 4 times overall and was the runner-up in Mega Masters in 2024. That was the second time that Fractal won Mega Masters. That was against Gerald in the finals. Gerald also was the runner-up, I think, really in the only regional that he went to in Philadelphia. Maybe he went to 2 in Philadelphia. I don't know. But he was the runner-up to Tristop in that Philly regional. He also won a couple of seasons of CTL, seasons 19 and 2021. I'm sorry, seasons 19 and 21. He was also the winner of the Classic Tetris Level 12 tournament in 2022. That's the one organized by Evesy. And interestingly, Gerald has never been in CTWC and probably never will. 78,000 for Gerald, 129 for Bluescuti. So the winner of this will go to the semifinals and will face the winner of the orange bracket. That is Dog. Gerald has sort of the unofficial, unrecorded world record in this game. Has a 600 in this mode. 611,000 is the is sort of the unofficial, unrecorded, claimed, whatever you want to call it, world record. Dog, who he's going to be playing, who he could be playing if he makes it through Bluescuti, is the one with the official, the recorded world record. So 165 for Bluescuti, 115 for Gerald. This is a no next box tournament. If you're wondering why they're starting on level 9, it's because they can't see the next piece. And it is much harder to play. So we start on level 9. There's a speed increase at level 10. It is July 37th. That's right, Joseph. I mean, this tournament, the tap tournament's going to last until July 45th. 177 Scooty, 127 Gerald. Tetris for Scooty. Both players with decent looking boards if they were playing, regular Tetris. And not so bad here for no next box. Do you have any plans to do a B-type STM? I wouldn't say I have plans to do it, but I have the intention to do it. So there's no plans. I have zero plans, but I have all intentions of doing everything. So yeah, we will do B-type. Got to figure out the format though. 142 for Gerald, 204 for Bluescuti. So next month is going to be no bars. Stupid Tetris, or next time we do it, which is basically September, will be a no bars tournament. We sort of want to alternate slow modes and modes that feature higher levels, faster levels. Otherwise, we don't want to be like, slow Tetris monthly. Yeah, it's going to be stupid triple monthly. If you're in a tournament with no bars, Gerald, by the way, the first one into level 10 at 172. So the speed is increased by 20%. There's a Tetris for Gerald, 185. But yeah, no bars tournament means no Tetrises. That means the most valuable line clear you can get is the triple. And if you're still going to stack on the right side, that means that the L piece sort of becomes the long bar. Scooty up pretty high here and needs a quick bar. He's going to bring this down a couple of rows. That blocks, of course, right before the bar comes. Takes a triple, 214 for Scooty. So good on him for bringing the stack down before level 10. Of course, didn't get the bar that he wanted, but at least he's got a workable low board on 10. 214 for Gerald. The next level, the next speed increase happens at level 13, 130 lines. And that speed will be 25% faster than levels 10, 11, and 12. Tetris for Gerald, 230. He's in the lead, but he's ahead by 9 lines. Dirty Tetris, column 8 for Bluescuti. All right, Gerald finding a couple of burns on the right side. Oh, kind of pulled back with that S piece, maybe hoping for, or just hoping to eke out some additional efficiency here. But okay, he's going to get a bar. And I think he's going to try to, well, yeah, he's not going to be set up here again, but he's going to uncover that hole in columns like, what was it, 3 and 4. This is going to allow him to get Tetris ready again. 249 for Gerald, 264 for Bluescuti. There is a Tetris. Gerald, 266. He's back in the score lead by a small amount. And again, ahead by 11 lines. He's into level 13. Kind of bit of a complicated board, but a big chunk of it disappears due to that Tetris. And okay, right now clean, no holes, no gaps. And trying to reestablish a Tetris well. 286 for him, 285 for Bluescuti, neck and neck score-wise, 8 to 10 lines apart. Scooty needs something for that left side, a J piece or something. He does. Oh, there we go. So there's the J, opens up the right side. He's set up for a Tetris. Board a little bit high, not a lot of burns here. Tetris for Scooty, 305. Needs an L or a J, gets the L. He's set up again. Tetris for Scooty, 323. 308 for Gerald. Gerald is 7 lines away from level 16. And this is going to be a big speed increase. This is a 33% speed increase. So right now, if we're going 45 miles an hour, we're about to go 60 miles an hour. We started out at 30, 36, 45, and now 60 miles an hour. Speed is basically twice as fast right now for Gerald as the opening speed of level 9. 314 for Gerald. 364 for Bluescuti. All right, Gerald with a nice long bar in the middle is able to get that J piece to the left. 321, 386 for Scooty. So Gerald back by 60,000. So it's 18 lines to go until 19, and it's virtually unplayable. Oh no, Gerald for that left side needs a long bar and gets one. 344. He can get that square to the left as well. 409 for Scooty on 16. There's a Tetris for Scooty. 430, 344 for Gerald, who needs a bar and needs to recognize it quick, and does, and gets a Tetris. And another one to the left side. 367 Gerald. Scooty ahead by 63,000 points. Tetris is here. We're at 22,000, so that's a 3 Tetris lead for Scooty. Oh, and Gerald cannot sweep that long bar over to the right side, and he can't get the other one over as well. And that is going to be a top out for Gerald at 367. Scooty takes game number 1. Scooty's still going here, 443. That is higher than his qualifying average. We'll see what he can do. He's going to just mullen it out and play it out. He did last to level 20 in the final game as a mullen in his previous match, but this is not really going to be much more than that. And there you go. So Scooty takes game number 1. Cole advises to center well into 19. Yeah, I mean, sort of like as if you're like Das, 20, 29, center well, set up. I don't know what you can do. All right, looks like both players are ready. We're going to get them started in game number 2. Scooty up 1-0 Gerald looking to tie this up. Does not want to go down 2-0 in a best of 5. And we're off. So, as I said, we will be opening qualifiers for the next Stupid Tetris Monthly. That will be September. It's going to be a no bars tournament. It'll have level 18 starts, no bars. The L piece basically becomes your long bar, because the most important thing you want to do is just maximize points. And unless you're going to stack on the left well. All right, Gerald's going to uncover that right side, in which case you need a J piece. But if you're going to stack on the right side, that L piece becomes basically your new long bar. There will be a September Masters. Yeah, qualifying will open for that. And there'll be a... we're doing 3 things, man. We're going to do STM and DAS and regular Masters. And it's going to be DAS Masters too. So DAS Masters might last 2 months because there's a bunch of regionals during that time, and it wouldn't be realistic to compress all of DAS Masters into 1 month. So I think DAS Masters will last 2 months. That'll be a 64-player DAS championship. Yeah, DAS Mega Masters or Mega Dasters. I don't know. Oh, Scooty up high here, though, and kind of getting pieces over to the left sort of with a second effort roll there. All right, Tetris Gerald, 51,000. Tetris Scooty to bring this down. Mass Disasters, we could call it that. Yeah, I don't know. Mega Master. I don't know. I think Mega Masters, DAS Masters, Mega. I don't know exactly what order to call it, but I do sort of like Mega Masters, DAS, MMD. I don't know. Or Super DAS Masters. We could just get away. We could like avoid using the Mega, called Super DAS Masters, Giga DAS Masters. I still haven't decided. I mean, I'm supposed to be opening quals like in the next few days, and I still haven't decided. DAS Masters XL. Giga Gasters? Oh my god. Tetris for Gerald, 87,000. 76 for Bluescuti. Same line count. MMD sounds weird. Well, if you say something sounds weird, you're making an argument for it. Mega Dastris. Tega Masters. Oh, I do like that. Tega Tasters. What the heck? Tasters. All right, Tetris for Gerald, 112 through 47. Good pace. Scooty with a blocked well, but finds a couple good pieces. He's going to uncover the well. Mega Tasters. Could be a cooking show for large foods or large people. Yeah, we'll get Kingsman on it. It'll be a good time. All right, Tetris Gerald, 138, 107. Scooty. Dancing with the Stars? What? Come on now. That's so stupid. It's now on the list. All right, Scooty gets a long bar over, much needed. And he could really use a bar here. And gets one. 134, Scooty, 162, Gerald. Gerald with about a 2.5 Tetris lead. Tetrises are worth 12,000. Tetris Gerald 186. So I think he's already exceeded his level 10 transition score, or he's very close to it. 76 lines into level 9. We do have another broadcast tonight at 7:16 Texas. It's going to be at 8:30 Texas time, which I believe is 1:30 UTC for all you UTC enjoyers. That's going to be Tap Masters bracket. That's going to be a top 16. I think that's green and teal. Which sounds like a comedy team, but it is not. It is a CTM bracket. And that's going to have Oscar and Joseph, and then Dylan and Klein. 191 for Gerald. 176 for Bluescuti. Scooty's 8 lines away from level 10. Neither player clean. Vandy, how many bits would it take for you to announce a game in a Borat accent? Not during an actual tournament. I would not do that. I mean, we must have dignity above all else. But, you know, maybe during Tetris Deathmatch. I don't know. All right, dirty Tetris. Gerald into level 10. Sigh of relief there for Gerald. Got a good board now, basically into 10. 210 for him, 206 for Scooty. So same line count right now, and Gerald ahead by 17,000 points. Tetris is right now worth 13,002. Now for Gerald, 14,004. Tetris Scooty 223, 238. Gerald. Both players reasonable boards. Scooty's got a little double wide well over on the right side. Long bar Tetris Scooty 239, 254. Gerald. It's another Tetris Scooty there. They both have 254. Gerald, though, 7 lines in hand right now. And Gerald into level 12. We're just a few lines away from level 13. Another speed increase, 25% speed increase. And Tetris Scooty, the first one, into 13 at 287. Gerald up kind of high here, gets a long bar, and Gerald approves. All right, Gerald, yeah, not going to put that bar on the right side. Finally gets another one put over there. 296 for Gerald, 307 Scooty. Scooty line dependent on the left side, though, but he's just going to chop it down row by row. So Gerald back by 10,000 points. Lines are tied now. Yeah, 10,000 point difference. Scooty gets Tetris ready, gets a Tetris 331. All right, Gerald could use an L and gets one. Now he's a couple pieces away from getting Tetris ready. And that T, perfect. So he's now set up for a Tetris. Blue Scooty gets a Tetris, though. He's at 351. Tetris, Gerald, 324. 351, Scooty. All right, Gerald is set up again. Tetris for Gerald, 344. He's back by 14,000 points and 4 lines into level 16. Both players. That's a 33% speed increase from the previous speed. The next speed increase happens at 190 lines. That is level 19, which is, for all intents, a kill screen till someone proves otherwise. And no, these are like the worst pieces for Gerald. 348 for him. I don't see where he's going to get any other pieces points, and he is not. That is a top out for Gerald. Scooty is going to take game number 2. Whoops. And go up 2 games to none. By the way, if you are an Amazon Prime member, you do get a Twitch Prime subscription that you can apply to the streamer of your choice on a monthly basis, but it is use it or lose it. So you've got to apply it to someone every month. It doesn't just like renew automatically for that streamer. You got to do it on purpose. You got to initiate it. So consider using it for us before it expires. All right, let's go. Both players are ready. Game number 3, Scooty up 2-0. Gerald needs to win to stay in. We're at 170. Oh. Scooty, you could just start again real quick. Just start again real quick. There you go. All right. We're all good. Players, everything is good. Continue playing. You are good. Scooty just accidentally started with the next box. But it was so early that it's fine. Tetris, Gerald. Yeah, if we start off a game and it's like, and if you start with the next box and you can just start it real quick, then just do that. But what's so far, when that has happened so far, what people are doing is they're going, oh my God, what the heck? And putting their head in their hands and, and then I go, oh, and it's too much time passes and you can't really have that much time pass. But if you can just do it real quick, then it's fine. Vandy, would you do the countdown in Spanish next time? I guess. Why would I want to do it in Spanish? I will butcher it. All right, 61,000 for Bluescuti through 24 lines. Gerald on 24 lines as well. Everyone should be able to say 3-1 Tetris in Spanish. What is the Spanish word for Tetris? Do I just say Tetris with a genericized, like, Anglo guy doing a Spanish accent? Tetris. Like, is that what it is? I don't know what it is. Like, what it, you know. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. What? Like, I don't know what. Is that what it is? I don't want to presume. I could cause an international incident and spark a wave of cancellation attempts. $88,000 Gerald, $76,000 for Bluescuti. Pumpy says, will you do the countdown next time in Dutch? Cuatres. Oh, is it cuatres? Oh my goodness. All right, 101 for Bluescuti, 112 for Gerald. They're one line apart. Gerald ahead by about 1 Tetris. Vandy, will you do the countdown in C++? I will do that. I'll do it in Q Basic. $113 for Bluescuti, $125 Gerald. Tetris, Scooty, 137 Gerald. So neck and neck. Sonny says, I'm coming up with a stupid format, far dumber than STM could ever hope to be. I have no doubt that you have the ability to be far stupider than Stupid Tetris Monthly. $139 for Gerald, $149 for Bluescuti. K-Taco is old enough to know what Q Basic is. Scooty up pretty high. Very dependent. Long bar gets over, scrapes it off the top of the board to get it over. So Scooty still stacking 162, 153 for Gerald. Vandy, will you do the countdown in reverse like Tetris 1, 2, 3? Sounds jaunty, doesn't it? All right, Scooty takes a nice triple to clean up the board. Long bar goes into the middle of the board. He's now Tetris ready. Gerald 166, Scooty 168. Scooty with a great looking board now, 180. Tetris, Gerald 191, 193, Bluescuti. And the level 10 transition looms. Tetris for Gerald, 203, 207, Bluescuti. Gerald 6 lines back. Okay, Gerald. Okay, there you go. Gerald's keep. Oh, look at that. Gerald sets up that delayed burn. It works perfectly, but still not 100% perfectly because he needs the bar and he is getting droughted for this bar. And he's got to uncover this, or really at least wants to, before that level 10 hits. Okay. Oh, the J piece now. Where's the bar? And there is the bar, the J and the bar. Gerald walking the tightrope there. Survives. And now he's into level 10 at 220. Scooty already there. He's at level 11, 262. 9 lines ahead. And about 2.5 Tetrises ahead. There's another Tetris. Bluescuti 278. Scooty now 10 lines away from the level 13 transition. Tetris, Scooty 293, 262 for Gerald. Gerald back by 33,000 points. Tetris is on 11 for Gerald. Are worth 14,400. 300,000 now for Scooty. He's into level 13. The speed is increased. Invictus Rage says, I keep trying to look at the next box. It does throw you off not having it there. 303 Scooty, 308 for Gerald. And Scooty's board starting to complicate a little bit. That long bar goes in. That helps. Just trying to keep this low and dealable with. Try not to cover existing holes. Gerald 311. Scooty gets a long bar over. That's a split double. That's going to help him bring his stack down. And a Tetris for Gerald 329. Critical Tetris there for Gerald. Scooty is kind of selling out the stack to get this Tetris. It may not even be enough if he gets it. Gerald 334. Scooty is going to top out at 312, and Gerald is good in game number 3 and will continue on in the match. This amp says, Vandy, do you know if Gerald is his real name or just his Twitch handle? Maybe his real name is Ron or Jeffrey or something. I don't know Gerald's real name, and I gotta be honest, I don't really care what people's real names are. I literally don't care. I don't spend 1 second caring about what people on the internet, their real name is if they haven't shared it. I spend literally no time thinking about it. His real name is L. Ron Hubbard. Yeah, that's true. All right, Gerald needs a break. I don't blame him. Let's go ahead and just take a quick break. I'm going to run an ad real quick. No problem. If players say they need a little break to go take care of something, that is acceptable. We'll go ahead and, well, I don't know if Scooty wants to do anything. That's fine. Or we'll just play the pre-roll. That's fine. Stan Freeman. It's probably that. Sonny says, Fractal, to my knowledge, is the only person in the community who knows Gerald's real name. I know Gerald's phone number. Is that... does that count for anything? That might count for something. I mean, I don't even know. Well, I don't even know it. He gave it to me once. I think we were doing the interview for a win of CTM, and I don't still have it in my phone, but he did give it to me and we used it, and I don't know where it is. Maybe it's on my phone somewhere, but I wouldn't know how to dig it up. So that's literally all I know about Gerald. You think Gerald's real name is D. Larig or D. Large? Maybe it's D. Large. If Gerald was like a 90s rapper, he might be D. Large. All right, looks like Gerald is back. Hopefully you're feeling good and healthy now. So we will go ahead and get these players started into game number 4. Gerald needs to win again to force a deciding game number 5. But it's game 4. Scooty and Gerald. 8 CTM Masters or Lone Star wins on the screen right now. pretty good. Gerald's wins in CTM came in December of 2022. That was against Shqdw. And in June of 2023, that came against Eric ICX. They have Bluescuti and Gerald have faced each other only one time in the CTM cinematic universe, and that was in Mega Masters of 2024. That was the year that Gerald took second place, and Gerald defeated Bluescuti in the semifinals that year in a 3-2 decider. And Fractal beat Alex T, the previous year's winner, to get into those finals, and then that finals against Fractal was a decider. They also faced each other a few times in CTL, but that win, but Gerald beating Bluescuti, that's the only time that he has defeated him. All the times in CTL, it was Bluescuti. Thanks for typing it in Spanish this time. Yeah, I used the Spanish numerals. $51,000 for Bluescuti, $61,000 for Gerald. So no real early top outs so far in this match between these two. As far as I can remember, wait, was there? Maybe there was. No, I can't remember. No, there wasn't. 87,000 Bluescuti, 97,000 Gerald. Oh, didn't Gerald win the one night tournament? Did Gerald win that? That was like the predecessor to the 1 day tournament, the one that Pumpy hosted on Nestors.org. I think so. Pumpy making a big effort to lay claim to that number one as his Tetris trademark. One night, 1 day. Pretty smart. I like it. 115 for Gerald, 123 for Bluescuti. Where did Pumpy go? Pumpy's around all the time. But Pumpy's got like actual, real life things to accomplish that have nothing to do with Tetris. So taking a step back from regular Tetris duties, and once in a while comes back with a fun tournament like his 1 day or 1 night tournament. Tetris for Gerald. Robin and stuff on YouTube says Gerald just had like a 30-piece drought. If I made a 1 month, would that infringe upon Pumpy's one universe? Oh, maybe. Maybe I have to stop doing it monthly. I mean, you know, I tried to have a tried to have like sort of a, I don't know, my stamp on anything with an ly, right? I own all Tetris adverbs, you know, just ly. But people haven't pinged, and I have not pursued any. I have not pursued any action against them. Bi-weekly. Or is it Tetris bi-weekly? Bluescuti in a bit of trouble here up near the top of the stack. That is a very useful long bar. So, oh, you can see him ringing these pieces left and right. Basically guessing now. Gets that S to the left, long bar to the right. Oh, there's a nice piece here. 191 for Gerald. Scooty still fighting. A long bar for a triple. That might help. 171. 191 for Gerald. A very tough dig for Bluescuti. I mean, that's a tough dig on level 9, even if you have an Xbox. Much less not having one. So this board's coming down for Scooty. Oh, there's a great Z piece. And a couple nice pieces in a row. Oh my goodness, what the heck, Scooty? Oh, he's going. Oh, he was like, I think he was going to try to go for the dirty Tetris, but that's fine. And Scooty just about to pull himself out of that dig, capping it off with a Tetris. And there it is, the bar and the Tetris. So the survival for Scooty just in time for level 10. That is actually crazy. 193 for Scooty, level 10, 217 for Gerald. Still 5 lines to go until level 10. And Tetris for Gerald into 10 at 231. So Gerald has got a lead on level 10 of about 2 Tetrises. All right, Gerald trying to keep that right side open, waiting on a bar. Gets it open again. Scooty 234 for Gerald. Long bar Tetris, Gerald 249. So both. Javanti says level 9 with next box. Actually isn't that hard at that height. Okay, Javanti. Okay. 249 Gerald. Long bar over Tetris Gerald 263. 248 Scooty. Scooty gets a bar and a Tetris 264. They're 700 points apart, 1 line apart. They are very neck and neck. Now, Scooty with a good clean board, kind of high there, but has burns. Gerald not really anywhere close being set up, but this could come down very quickly with the right pieces. No, I wonder what he's going to try to accomplish on that right side. All right, he's going to chop this down. I see. Okay. Oh, a couple nice pieces in a row for Gerald to bring this down. 274 for him, 301 for Scooty. We're into level 13. The speed has increased again. Scooty in the lead. Tetris for Gerald. He takes, he's back now just by 10,000. Another Tetris Scooty, 319. All right, Gerald just going to take a nice triple here. Pumpy Heart with the tier 1 sub with a part of a gift sub from K9. Thank you, K9 and Pumpy. Oh, I missed a line spin because I was thanking someone. You know, leave it to Pumpy to distract me from a line spin. Scooty here, kind of in survival mode, 324. All right, a couple nice pieces here. 3 nice pieces. All right, Scooty trying to get this uncovered. 328. Gerald at 323, back by 5,000 points. Gerald open on the right, but it's not a Tetris. It'd just be a triple. Scooty open. And there's the triple for Gerald. 328, 331 for Bluescuti. Scooty trying to open up the right side. Now kind of all in on a bar. And the bar is not coming. Scooty, can he do anything to open it up? And no. And Gerald is good by just a few hundred points. Gerald, you are good, and you have forced a decide in game number 5. Gerald might have been in a top-out spiral here, having gotten into 16 with a high stack, but when Scooty topped out, Gerald was just a few hundred points ahead, and it is now a decider. Too many deciders in no next box. Suffer games. Well, that's every game in no next box, Gerald. You know that. All right, decider time. And it is a reverse decider. It's a reverse D. There it is. Wee. Or it could be an upside decider. We could do that. There you go. Yeah, that's what, because then the D is like facing the right way. I like that. All right, so as soon as Scooty is ready, we can get started with game number 5. The upsider. All right, looks like both players are ready. Decider time. The winner of this single one solitary game will move on to the semifinals and be forced to play more no next box in 3, 2, 1 Tetris. So Bluescuti was at one point up 2 games to none. Now it is a deciding game number 5. And Scooty starting off with kind of aspire with those S's. You got a lot of S's here. If there's another way to play those, you got to look for that. Aspiring up too high is less than optimal in this mode. Couple Tetrises on the board for Gerald. There is another one. All right, Gerald set up. 3 Tetrises on the board so far through 12 lines for Gerald. There's a 4th one. 38,000 Scooty, 48,000 Gerald. Maybe that's the next challenge, right? Getting a perfect 9 to 10 transition, no next box. Getting that 301,200 transition. No next box, 9 to 10. Or doing the 7 to 8, the Nick Gamer Challenge, but with no next box. A Nick Gamer Challenge, no next box. I would love to see it. I'd settle for that. Tetris for Scooty, 74,073 for Gerald, 2 lines apart. Black Ops says, Vandy, I got an idea. One-handed Tetris. You can use your other hand to stabilize the controller, but only one hand to play. Black Ops, that's how like most people play Tetris nowadays. You realize that, right? Like all rollers play with one hand. Can we have the champion play against Martz with Nextbox? Cole, you've really hit upon an idea here. I probably didn't praise you enough during your genuine Van Dweller compliment. That is a heck of an idea. I'm sure the Kingsman will do it. Don't worry. Kingsman will do it. $102, or very soon there'll be like 5 no Nextbox modes or whatever in Classic Tetris Wars. Don't worry. Tetris for Gerald, 116, 112 for Bluescuti. Nobody is signing up for those? Gerald won one night. Scooty won one day. Neither have won one afternoon. I think you have to make a one afternoon now. $128, Gerald, $137. Scooty, the winner of this, moves to the semifinals. All right, Scooty has got the Vits. Try to find the bar to complete it. And there's the bar for the Vits for Bluescuti. Gerald up pretty high here, so this is a dig. All right, fills out that right a little bit. Oh, nice T-piece. 145, Gerald, 174, Bluescuti. All right, Gerald knocking this down a bit. A little flat long bar burn from him. Opens up the right side. He's going to miss an S-spin if that's what he was going for. And Gerald now clean. So good survival, good cleanup for Gerald. 149, Gerald approves. And what has got to be the strongest display of emotion we've ever seen from Gerald. He nods his head very slightly in approval. 161 from Gerald, 191 from Bluescuti. Okay, Tetris, Gerald, 173. Scooty at 204, about 10 lines away from level 10. Okay, Scooty fills out the left side of the board. He's Tetris ready. And a nice long bar comes in for Scooty. Okay, could really use a J, gets the J. Could use a T, gets a T. 198, Gerald, 216, Scooty. And there's a Tetris Scooty, 228, 3 lines to go until level 10. Gerald gets a long bar to the left, and now needs to find one for a bar for a Tetris down the right, and he gets it. He's on level 10. He's at 211. Scooty's actually set up for a column 9 Tetris that would take him into level 10 should he get it. And he does get it, and he's in to level 10 at 242. This is a very good transition score for Bluescuti. Tetris for Scooty, 256, 229 for Gerald. Scooty clean. Not going to take the skim. He's going to instead choose to build out that left side, but finds the skim to get Tetris ready. Gerald, 231. He's back by 26,000 points. Tetris is here worth now 14,400. So Gerald back by around 2 Tetrises, ahead by 5 lines. Scooty sets up column 9. He's ready for a Tetris and gets a Tetris over Scooty. 288, 262 for Gerald. Oh, Gerald getting up a little bit high. Kind of dependent here. Could use a quick bar. And gets the bar to open up the right side. He can fill out the left as well and take a bird on the right for a triple. So Gerald looking good here. Long bar. Tetris into 13 for Gerald, 284. Scooty, Tetris is into 13 at 308. Tetris for Gerald, 302. Scooty, with a bit of a dependency here, really needs a bar. And Scooty looks like he is going to top out at 308. The chase down target for Gerald is 309. And he's going to get a Tetris, and Gerald will complete the reverse sweep, and Gerald will be moving on to the semifinals. The unofficial score world record holder is now an official semi-finalist in the STM No Xbox. Bluescuti, you did great. Congratulations to you on never ever having to play this mode ever again. Gerald, if you want to mullen it out, please feel free. Go watch Gerald mulling this one out, see what he can do. Into level 16. And now there's a lot of luck involved in this. All right, Gerald gets a long bar down the middle. See if he can play all the way to and through 19. Oh, that square. All right, he's on level 17, 3 lines until 18. Still kind of a low pace here, but it's fun to see him mulling it out and see what he can do, how far he can go. He's like built out on the right. See if he's going to build out on the left. Yeah, he's building out left and right. Oh, he's kind of going for a Tetris. If he can get it. And yeah, not quite. Oh. Oh, no, that's going to do it for Gerald. And oh, or is it not going to do it for Gerald? It's not going to do it. He's into 19. All right, there it is. That is going to do it for Gerald. Gerald is your classic Tetris, stupid Tetris monthly blue bracket winner. Congratulations on having that great couch. And there you are. There is your memento. That's your virtual bracket trophy. So GG's to you, Gerald. You will be moving on. He's drinking. Are you drinking out of like a steel cup? Is that what's happening? 3-2, Gerald. Monthly Tetris. Yeah, it looks like a steel cup. I like it. Or aluminum. Gerald says, unfortunately, I have to play again. Aluminum does make it taste better. I agree. Whatever is in those aluminum ions that are getting into the drink, it's like way better. All right. Congratulations, Gerald. We're going to go ahead and show you what our top 8 situation is. And here it is. Goodbye, says Gerald. Let's refresh the thing because OBS doesn't know how to refresh it. So I have to tell it. There it is. Dog will be taking on Gerald, our official score world record holder, against the unofficial world record holder, and then the former world record holder against some guy named Dylan. So that is going to be fun. We're going to go ahead and make sure that that gets scheduled. So thanks to everybody who supported the channel. Patrons, thank you so much over at patreon.com/monthlytetris. That is where these people are making an ongoing pledge of support to keep this channel going. Scott Gray, J, K9 Tacky, Corporal Shelby, Troy, Dan, Kim M, Rogue Potato, Cacket, Mila, Jason. Thank you so much for your extra levels of support. Really appreciate that. Prize pool, no additional contributions to the prize pool, but it's already at a good amount, so no problem there. Thanks to everybody who has contributed to that prize pool. Also, thanks to those of you who supported this stream. New followers, Tab Bennett, Twitch subs, Wheels McCoy, Ben Squirrely, Kingsman, Pumpy Heart, Twitch raids from Toogie and Curdy Gamer. Thank you for the raids, and thanks everybody for hanging out. We've got another stream coming up in 26 minutes. That is going to be the one that's the third one on this list. Green and Teal, top 16 here. Let's really focus in on it. That is the one that's coming up 26 minutes. Joseph Oscar, Dylan Klein. Should be a banger. We're going to go ahead and end stream on YouTube. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out. Jungle Cook, Mr. Brain, Dirt Block, Robin and Stuff, Steel, CE, D. Bradley, Black Ops, all this, Mr. Pole, all the stars are here. Bye. Take care. See you in 26 minutes. Bye. All right, Twitch, thanks again for hanging out.